quick check that's all working. Hey. Is this working? Just gonna check it over on Twitch. And of course, there we go. Perfect. Say hi if you drop by. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to give it a minute or two for anybody that would like to join to pop in. And then I will get started with today's stream. So for anybody who'll be watching this on YouTube later, in the last stream I was working on modular scenery, which is basically these pieces of scenery which are made out of smaller pieces. I did a lot of experiments since then, and one of the main things that I've been working on is visibility and occlusion based upon player units. So in traditional real-time strategy games, you'd have what I would call the traditional fog of war. One moment, just finding something. Let's see if we can find a bit of a good example. Yeah, so traditional fog of war, like where your units, haven't been, it's black. Your units have visibility, then it becomes bright, and if they've been somewhere and they're not there anymore, then it becomes kind of like darker, like here. And it's a pretty cool system. It's been around for a long time in a lot of games for because it works, right? And because I just like to make life easy for myself, I thought, well, maybe we can do something a little bit different than that. So what you're going to see right now is very much work in progress. So let me just go over here and so 1 minute, let me just find this. So this is what I was working on at first. How do we make this loop? There we go, repeat. So basically the pieces of scenery get faded in. This is from like a day or two ago. Forgive the FPS rate with these videos. I'm just documenting things. I'm not trying to make perfect captures. And if you watch, what happens is when something's, and ignore all the rest, it's just that building like right there. That's the rest isn't using this logic yet. So when the soldier sees something, then basically it gets revealed and faded in. And then what you have is this diver effect if the soldier can't see that piece of scenery. That was the hello world. Let's get this thing working. Now, the old things that I had, the old buildings, they basically, oh, here I have a better FPS. There you go figure. So the old buildings that I had, they basically, like these ones here, they were just made out of like one big wall. And, if you're going to fade that in, the whole thing just fades in. And I didn't like that because it was like, it just gave away too much of the information. And, I wanted to have something different than a fog of war. So it's basically, you're going to make clear to the player what they've revealed and not revealed. And I'll show more of that in a minute. And it's also just a really cool effect. But this thing with it only being, it's divored if it's not visible to the unit, that isn't going to work. It's just got too many edge cases. There's like, there's just going to be times where, the edge of the arc hits something and then, it's not triggering the scenery coming in. And that just kind of feels unfair to the player. At least that's what came out of me playtesting. So, yeah, here we go. This this is getting better now. So now they do not fade in or out based upon whether they're visible to the unit. This is going to be solved with a shader, basically. I had a very good talk with a friend of mine, my brother from another mother, Tropical Trevor. He's going to be tackling this for me because I really want to focus on the big picture with the game I'm working on. So let me just show one last video. There we go. So one or two of the, let's just do it in game actually. So one or two of the problems that so that was like from the last 2 days or something like that, with me working on it. So let's just jump in and see how this works in action, basically. And you know what, let's do it on maximized, whoops, not 2D. Gameplay maximized, all right, cool, let's do it. I have had a few crashes the last day or two, been changing stuff in shader graph and things like that. Okay, now so here we have the FOV arc. Unit aims or isn't aimed, you know, that changes this FOV arc. So you're not aiming, you get a wider field of view. You're aiming, if you got a sniper scope, the range can pop like triple this basically. So let's turn around and boom, all of a sudden, you know, stuff gets revealed, right? Which works pretty cool. I can say, hey, I want to aim here and I want to go wide around this corner. And these things, they're just debugging stuff right now for cover spots. They normally wouldn't be there. So as you can see, as the unit walks in, you know, stuff gets revealed basically. But it has to fit within this FOV arc, obviously. So there we go. Wonderful. Let's let it walk in. There we go. All right. So there's a lot of challenges to face with this. I've rebuilt this system now like 6 times before I have something that now works. It's a little bit complicated setting up the fading stuff, but it's very flexible and powerful basically. So first of all, one of the main problems I hit was there's no roof right now. I'm hopefully going to tackle that in this stream. Is, you know, when this would happen, you know, you wouldn't see the unit. You'd see the outline, but you wouldn't see anything. And the layer system that I had set up was you'd click and it'd set a destination on the wall, which is obviously impossible for the nav agent to walk to. So all this is now being solved. So I can click here inside that room. And the fun part is, like, if I now click here, for example, so the reason this wall is being faded out is because we're casting a ray from the camera to the soldier. And I actually do this 2 times. I send one to the head, I send one to the foot. Could do 3, but 2 works out pretty well so far. Why? If we didn't do that, for example, this box right now wouldn't get this diver pattern. So if we go over here, as you can see, the box doesn't get a diver pattern. And if we go over here and, you know, and it obstructs even a little bit of the soldier, then it becomes faded. Cool. So the other thing that I added was the mouse. So as you can see, let's go here. All the walls will be visible. So I can do this now. So if there was any cover on that side of the wall, it would be visible. And, you know, let's just say I'm going to run out here. And, you know, I can hold here with the mouse to see what the soldier's going to see. So these 2 things here get revealed and it's going to go over there. You know, so this is working good. And then if we go here, you know, we can't see through this wall. But the way I want the game to work is, you know, you've revealed what's in there. So if you do this, you should be able to see it. You know, so now I can just send him over there. I'm really happy with this system now. It works really, really good. And one of the main problems was, you know, that when you start a level, pieces haven't been revealed. So if we look here, you know, nothing has been revealed with this building yet, right? So if we do this, all of a sudden they've been revealed. Now, you know, that's one thing. Okay, let's make him walk in there and just look backwards for a minute. Okay, cool. So the challenge was, you know, fading this out. And right now there's still this little edge case, like this part here hasn't been revealed, but it's fading everything out. But I'm not too bothered about that right now. That is okay. You know, so he's going to reveal some stuff now, basically. Cool. And one of the other main problems I hit was it was like it was really interesting actually. I just had the same diver amount for a wall and the box, and it's the first time I'm using different patterns with shaders and materials, and it was really interesting because the moment that box had the same diver amount as this wall, it would disappear just due to the way the differing is working and the perspective and the pixel overlay. It was just beautiful. It just vanished. It was horrible. So I figured out a way to check if it's an obstacle. I just basically fade it a different amount than a wall or a roof. Roof I still have to implement today. So this is the test ground where I got so far, and I'm really enjoying it. It works pretty good. I don't feel now that I have any situations where I don't know how to get somewhere or something isn't visible to me as a player. There's a couple of things here, like this front here. How do I solve that? The only thing I can think of is right now it's part of this front piece, right? And the only thing I can think of is that I get a corner and do a 45-degree cut. Basically use half of a corner. It's like half here, half there. That would look prettier and better. It's an easy thing to do. I'm just not going to bother doing it right now. So, do we have any actual people today? If so, say hi. If you're a bot, well, it's also nice to see you too. But hey, it's also very early, so I think a lot of people are still doing some other stuff right now with their time. But anyway, this is the progress I made so far, and I'm very, very happy with it, because to me, this scenery reveal, I don't know, it just feels better than a fog of war, because it's like, with the final game later, I do definitely want to add some semi-procedural stuff, like this building, for example, maybe give it free layouts to start with, and I think that keeps it fresh and exciting for a player, because you're coming up to this building and you've played this map before, but you don't know exactly what's going to be in there, and that is going to make you go in there and sweep the corners and other stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically where I got up to so far. Very happy with the progress. So the thing that Trevor is going to be working on is, let's do this. So imagine, maybe I can find that actually. That's an old video. That would make life a lot easier. It's way easier to explain. Where is it now? I think around here. Yeah, so forgive the terrible quality, but let's just pause it. So as you can see here, this is an experiment I did with shadow casting. So as you can see here, if it's bright, the unit has a line of sight to it. If it's dark, then the view is obstructed. And it's quite spiffing, and it works quite well. There's just one problem. My game is not 2D. It's three-dimensional. There are stairs. There's going to be buildings with maybe a first or a second floor. You'll be able to stand on a roof. That doesn't work then. This thing here with this, here we go. It's a little bit easier to see here. This slice is like, it's 2D, right? So it's like, how do you solve this problem in 3D? And I've really put a lot of thought into it, like a lot of thought. And after talking about it with Trevor a while ago and mulling it over and just thinking about other things, it boils down to it's a 3D game. For this 2D shadow casting doesn't work, and it looks spiffing. It really communicates to the player what's going on. But the moment they go up like a meter or two, and that arc isn't intersecting with things, what do you do? So basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have a shader which will work like a flashlight. I mean, a flashlight is the way that you'd reveal what's visible to a unit or not visible, right? So the only problem is with a traditional flashlight in Unity, I didn't put too much time into it, is basically you have a fall off, so the light is brighter at the beginning and the light falls off as distance goes in. And we don't want that. We just want a fragment shader pass, which basically says if this is within the FOV arc, we're going to make it brighter. So what we're going to get then is let's just agree the game world will be, all the materials will be like, I don't know, 80% or 75% of their brightness, basically. And if this FOV, like flashlight, goes over it, then it becomes full with the color. So you'll get this similar kind of effect, but then in 3D. And it will be more of a 3D thing, you know. So if there's a box behind another box, but like half of it is sticking out, you will instantly see as the player the brighter parts that are hit. And that will definitely communicate to you, like, this is visible to my units, because it's very important to me that the field of view and the angle, you know, is critical in this game. Are you really covering a door? Are you really covering a corner? You know, this just like has to be absolutely perfect and spot on. So that is the plan. So Trevor is going to be kind enough to do this for me. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, the older system that I had with fading the things out of the soldier could see it, that was my kind of like, let's try that instead. Obviously horrible with the performance in the long run when you can just do this with a fragment shader pass. So yeah. Hey, Grimbian, watching this live stream while WFH bring it on? WFH. Working from home? I think that's working from home. Ah, okay, cool. All right. Good to see you, Grimbian. Thanks for dropping by. So yeah, I just explained Grimbian. I'll just show it just for 1 minute. Been working on the reveal and fading mechanics. So when a soldier sees something, it now gets faded in like this. And yeah, basically you'll see the stuff pop in here. And if the mouse goes over something, it now fades it out. And another thing is, if the player goes in and the view to the player is obstructed, the scenery gets faded out, or the box, you know, so I can go over here now. Let's just run. And if he's going to stand in front of that box, then the box will also fade. And the cool part is we can now just raycast through multiple things, which then means, you know, I can set the destination here without having to do this with the camera, which can be slow, you know, because I want the player to always be able to just keep whatever view that they want, basically. So yeah, this is basically the system as is right now. Very, very happy with it. That should have missing a collider bit there. There we go. That's all fine, tweaks, but it'll do for now. So that's basically what I got up to for now, Grimbian. So other little thing I was doing right now was basically I've got to rebuild like a whole bunch of stuff in the level, and this was a really interesting problem. This car was difficult to get this working with, because, you know, the system that I've designed, it's quite, there's 3 layers to it with like what can be faded in and not faded in. I need to make duplicates of the objects to do shadow casting, disable shadow casting on the original objects. There's a lot of stuff that I don't want to go into too much detail now with, because it just doesn't really matter. So let's go to that car right there. This car was a bugger, basically. So if I look this way, it fades in. Great, you know, let's walk around here. Let's just test it. The moment, you know, the view gets blocked, it should fade. Great. So, you know, I learned today how to export an asset from ProBuilder. Great. One of the problems is that once you've done that, it's not a ProBuilder mesh which can be edited anymore, which is a really, really interesting problem to me, because it's like when I made the car, it's a ProBuilder file. You can duplicate it, you can put that into an asset and then duplicate it and reference it with the asset. But basically, you can't then say, oh, I've got a mesh collider, I want to load a ProBuilder mesh. It doesn't work like that. It's not available in the assets folder. It's just internally referenced, basically. So I discovered this thing that you could do with it, where you have this export option, basically, which is now not there. Probably. Here we go. Yeah, so it's not there anymore because it's been exported. So can we find the truck? Did I disable all the trucks? Let's grab that truck. So if we go over here, for example, this is a ProBuilder mesh filter. Awesome, you know, this is why I like using it. But basically, this PB mesh 150704, you know, I can't load that anywhere else. So it's like, this is just a pain. And it's part of the process of learning this stuff. And I'm not going to put too much effort into it. But that was a really interesting problem. So why is this a problem? Well, you know, my flexible fading system has one little downside to it, and it's not the end of the world. So I'll use this car here to try and demonstrate. Let's just use the top one. It's way easier to find. There we go. Cool. This one. Okay, so here's this car, right? So let's look at what's going on here. So here, I've got this thing called the fade objects script. Let's pop that open. Code is all still a bit messy. It all got cleaned up, but I've been trying a lot of stuff out. Okay, cool. So basically, I'll just explain it. So there's two options here. I can click add all children automatically, and then when the awake function runs, all the children get added to it. And then basically what happens is this is going to be easier to show with a wall, actually. Let's just go here. Let's grab this one. So this is just an empty game object, and it has this script called fade objects. And as you can see, there's nothing there. Objects of fade list is empty, but I have add all children automatically. So I can do it manually or automatically. So I'm going to save, press play, and then go back to scene view. It's not pulling it off so well with scene and game view right now. Oh, my bad. Okay, go back to scene. Wow, okay, sorry. Lost track of where I was. Hello, where's the build? Of course I don't see the building because I didn't reveal it yet. And we're completely in the wrong place. Brilliant, you know, at least it works. All right, let's go over here. Move this guy down. All right. Okay, so let's just get this building to appear. Great. Okay, gonna go to scene. Cool. Let's click a wall piece. All right, great. So just to show this, because this is like the basic system. So there's two levels to this. I want to be able to fade a group of objects. You know, this is a piece of wall, but it's two objects. The old one actually also had a roof on it, but I'm separating that out. So basically what happens is this wall piece here, I've got it on add all children automatically. So what it does is this. There's originally only 3 children, like 1, 2, 3. So what it does is it turns the shadow caster off, instantiates a new copy, sets that to shadows only. Why? Well, otherwise, just because it's not there visible, it means it's going to cast a shadow. Easiest way to say it. So then what happens is the object materials are compiled off this as well. So here we have div material, fade shadow material. Those are like 2 basic things that we're using there. And that's like the simple setup. So if I would not add all children automatically, I could just go here and manually fill the list with anything, basically. But it's got to have a div material or a shadow fade material. So that's great. You know, that wasn't really the hardest thing to get working with. It's like, yeah, you know, what do I do if the soldier goes behind the wall? You know, then only this part would fade out. So we had to go a level higher with abstracting it. So I then, and this doesn't have to be used, it's optional, which is the whole point, because like the car, for example, doesn't have a fade group master. And this is like the simplest thing in the universe. It just says if any one of these objects, it's just doing a for loop, if any one of these objects, like all of these, is blocking the camera view, then fade all of them. right? But it doesn't fade them all. It just sets a flag where it says, if objects to fade the list, if any of them is blocking the camera view, fade all objects equals true. So we set this in update, right? Let me go here to fade up objects, and this is where the magic happens. And I can actually get rid of this because this is all this old code with all the old systems, so we can live deleting code, get rid of that. So here we're basically in late update. Flags are set in update. Shader changes to opacity and other stuff like that are done in late update, and then flags are reset at the end of late update. That is it. So in update, we set everything because multiple things could be looking at it. That all needs to be resolved. Late update, off we go. So here we go. Like if revealed equals false, fade alpha value is 0, blah, blah, blah. We go through some logic there. If it's like blocking or not. And it just boils down to this one, is blocking camera view. So this is iterating over all of these pieces, you know. So if the if one of them's blocking the camera view and this thing is there, the fade group of object scripts, then they just all get faded. And what that does is it allows me to have the flexibility of just saying, I have a single object like a car, right? And I just want to treat that as a single object. The car could be made out of 3 to 4 components, but I can just say they all get faded at once, just with this normal script here, which is just fade objects. But for checking occlusion, like is the view to a unit broken, like here, when he walks around a corner, gets faded. For that, we needed another top level of extraction because all of these pieces here, you know, they're individual bits, right? So it's kind of like being able to swap between individual bits or a group bit. This was logic I came up with. It works pretty well so far. And the last thing I've got to do I don't know, is add a roof, right? And, you know, I'm just really unsure about what to do with it. I mean, let's say, for example, that you've got a building or an office with an extra floor on it. That's not a roof, it's an extra floor, right? And that is also going to need some logic to be tackled because it's a problem as well, which I've been breaking my brain about, but I'm not there yet. You know, so it's like this all is very well and good on the ground floor, basically. But, you know, what if there's another floor up here? Like stairs? Okay, cool. How do I pick the first or the ground floor? That's something I've got to figure out later. But if there's a roof here, it's like, it's just going to be faded out almost all of the time. You know, it's like if you go down here, it's not going to be faded out. If you go up here, it will be. And I've just got to ask myself, is it just noise? Is that just going to be horrible? Isn't it that you want to really just see the inside of the building? I don't know. I didn't decide yet. But what I can do right now is we can do a little experiment where I actually build a roof, and you see me curse probably a lot at my computer because I'm still figuring out how to do all of this. So let's go here to this roof fade holder. Now, this is old right now, what's going on here. So what I've got to do is this. I'm going to get rid of this. I can remove that component. And what this will get is fade group of objects. Okay. So I'm going to enable this. And then what we do now is we create an empty, and actually I don't need to do that. I just need to make a roof prefab. So I'm going to go to prefabs, modular scenery, building groups. Okay. I'm not gonna build the whole thing right now. I think I'm just gonna test it out. Okay, that's not what I want. I just want a roof. Maybe I didn't make a roof yet. A bigger piece. It's like, how do I do this right now? So I think here I have the roof piece already added. You know what? Let's get these. Whoa. All right, let's just do it like this then. It wants to do difficult. Roof fade holder, of course. Roof tile 1, 0.251. Let's just do it like that then. And put this here. We're gonna disable that for now. I can change it all. Actually, you know, if we're gonna do it, let's do it the right way. Get rid of that. Should disappear in the other corner as well. Cool. Let's open this one, and again, solve it. It's a 2 by 2. Okay, delete. All right, so let's look at this one. Roof tile. All right, so like I said, this corner should totally probably be a 45-degree angle cut to make it into 2, but hey, we're gonna do that later. This is really, that's easy now that the system is in place. So let's just make this nice and easy. Let's copy this over there and disable the progrids, V for vertex snapping. Cool. All right, then I want to get, I think, just one of these. And that's totally the wrong one because I need to be in building sections. Roof tile 2.025 by 2. Probably also the wrong one. Forgive me, I am still building this thing. So there we go. 0.25 by 1. Great. Let's move that over here. Because I want this to kind of match up with that other stuff there that I see. Whoops. That's not correct. There we go. All right, great. Now we can start rolling. So this one I'm just gonna do with 1 meter, but the rest of the walls, they're all 2 meters. So, but hopefully, you know, if I've got this right with the system, it should go pretty quickly. So we're gonna get the roof tile to 0.252, and we're gonna put it there. Great. Okay. Just need to get the copy paste trim going in a moment. So V for vertex snapping. Great. F to zoom in. Okay, let's move this over there. Copy paste. Okay, so far so good. All right, so now this should go a lot quicker. Okay. Great. Now, yeah, right now I am not splitting it into 2 halves with the roof, which is something I should probably do later on, but I just want to test this. And I don't want to drag the stream out too much. I just want to get the ball rolling with this. I just want to see how it's going to work. I don't know. Kind of based upon what feels right. You know, and this is also just right now for me live, just testing out like how quick and easy and flexible is this system. Okay. Roof tile. Let's select that. Didn't I remove? Ah, is that not, or is that on? That's strange. Okay. Ah, this is for the narrow door. Okay, sure. Then we're still gonna remove that because roofs are now literally just gonna be only with rules. With roofs, sorry. Let's get rid of that as well. Great, and then we can just go over here. And these can also be made into prefabs later. I've discovered that's only worth doing after I've done a lot of testing with like what works and doesn't work. All right, so we've made a closed off roof, okay. So here I already hit that first problem. Brilliant, messed that up already, okay. Let's make this a bit easier. Okay, that's all right. Let's keep all them, and we're going to get rid of these because we'll see why in a minute. So we're going to make a, we're actually going to make an empty here, and I'm going to call this roof section fade holder, and this is going to get the fade object script. Okay. All right, and then we're going to just get these actually. No. Yeah, this will do for now. Roof section, edge, fade holder. Cool. Okay, add all children automatically. Let's just do this right now. Just try this out. So I've got this. It's going to add them anyway because I've still got to add this check with if they're active or not. Fade all objects. So this one requires a collider. I'm not sure where I just put it. Ah, gizmos is off. Why? I don't know. All right, so let's put this on 10. Move it along by, is it 10, 9, 5? Is that about right? It'll do for now. Height should be 0.25. Standard. That's just too high, so it's 0.125, I think, roughly. Cool, okay. And now let's make it, I don't know. Let's take a peek. Oh wow, hold it. What am I looking at there? Whoa, no. What is this? What is that guy? Where's that one coming from? Did I already do this somewhere? Very confused right now. Okay, hold it. What did I do wrong? Why do I have two colliders? Because I've got two colliders. Brilliant, I already probably did this back in the day. All right, let's take a look at that again. Okay, brilliant. Center. Yeah, 5, height 0.125. Messed up that. Totally forgot, of course, you can have. Okay, my bad. Well, like I said, still work in progress, so this is how it goes. Okay, so this is the collider for if the mouse hits, fade it all out, basically. That's literally it. Could be broken into sections later with the individual fade-ins. You know, and I could literally do that now here with a half. So here I have the roof section fade holder, and we're going to make a prefab out of that. Roof section edge fade holder. This will need a collider. Now we move it to 0.125 up, size 0.25. Actually, yeah, let's just move it. Whoa. Whoops, I always get mixed up with that. Let's move it roughly to the middle, so that's 2.25. Oh no. I do not know. 2, 4, 5. Oh, what? This should just be good. Anyway, let's just wing it. I'm not sure why this is off. right now. It looks off, but it's not off. Mark. Just looks that way because of this. Right, there we go. Much better. Just looked weird, but it was good. All right, size should be 5, like I thought. Great. So this is like an individual reveal piece. Now, I want to show you like the problem that I hit here. You know, so this is there. This is a layer wall, tag wall for a filtering later. Wall, great. Let's just see if this like fades in. And it shouldn't if we're on the outside. I'll show you why. You know, all those walls faded in, but you know, that one isn't. Well, why? Well, you know, it's casting a ray to the center of the transform, to the center of the collider. And the center of the collider is there. You know, so I think the only way we can see it is if we run in here and we turn around. Voila. Those are the kind of problems I was hitting with this. So it's like, literally, how do we solve that? I think let's just give this a little try. Now I'm like going backwards and remembering how this stuff was. Let's put this on like literally a really small number, like 0.25. You know, I could use like a convex collider for this. That would be fine as well. And I'm going to try this right now. It looks kind of cheeky to me, but you know, it could just work. And we're going to put this on 0.125 and 0.125. All right, so you know, it's really tiny right now. But if this works, that is awesome. That problem is solved. Because it's just for the reveal, right? And you know, because it's going to like cast it to the center. Wonderful. So why is it black, you might ask? Well, you know, this is why. So I'm going to change albedo color. This is just a quick debug tool for me to easily put kind of logic in there. So like maybe I want the roof to be green. So if I go here, there. That's basically why. Just a very quick, easy way to color stuff later on. Now, the one thing that isn't working right now is, that's the other problem that we now hit. So my mouse has to go over this to fade it. That's a problem. So that's a great solution, just having this little thing there. That's super easy. But you know, whack-a-mole, get one thing done, and then you hit another problem. So let's pull this into the building groups just to get a prefab going. So now I can pull that in over here, put it, over that. Now we're just going to rotate it 180, and we'll have to move it up again. So, cool. All right, great. So now that collider, where is it? It's there. So actually, if I open this up, the actual prefab, we want to get that little collider for the fun of it. And let's just turn off that mesh renderer so I can see what I'm doing here. All right, and let's just move this on its Z axis to 0.5. Oh, it's just 0.5. Yeah, it looks about right. There it is. Okay, so now it should just be in the middle here. That'll do for now. It's a bit weird because, you know, the moment I'm going to put it here, okay, I'm not sure how to solve this right now. This has been just going on for 2 days. It's not a problem. Let's just try it out. You know, there's no point in having this fade in of walls if an entire roof fades in one go and just gives you the layout of a building, because not all buildings are going to be square, right? So, and the thing I'm curious about is if I just like look here, why is he not seeing it, right? Because it's that, so he's not going to see it probably until he gets like around here. Okay, not working the way that I'd like. Which is why I was putting the roof off. Can I have 2 box colliders? What happens if I have 2 box colliders? How does it know which one? Okay, so apparently Unity says if I would have 2 box colliders there, in script it would only access the first one. But if I have 2 colliders, then I can access them both individually. That's just a horrible solution. I need to think about this for a minute. And it's only to reveal, right? Maybe we can make this collider bigger and shoot a ray to a random point inside the bounce. Only has to hit once, and this check is just happening in the update anyway because I'm not optimizing anything. Unity random point inside collider bounce. I don't know if there's a function already built for it. That would be great. Okay. Sorry, forgot I had it on the other monitor. 2018. Okay. Collider at closest point method. The point is inside if the return vector is equal to the point. Great. This guy says, here's the lazy code. I'm not going to bother making it into a static function right now because I just want to know if it works. So here we have a bound. We do this inside of the field of view. Okay. Let's go down. Didn't even almost open the editor today. Field of view. Yeah. Hey, Trevor. Yeah. Trevor had suggested this. That was it. Should do a randomized array to a point in the bounds. Trevor suggested. So I think I can just like replace that with what this function's going to do. Let's just paste it down here for now. Unity engine random and system random. Okay. Fix that. Okay. Get random point inside Collider. Let's try that out. So we want to do find visible scenery. Got it. Let's clean this up. There's a lot of recasting code, the shadow casting code there. Okay, so this one, find visible scenery. Where were we a moment ago? Center position of target collider. So let's just do this. So what we do is equals, and it only needs the type collider, right? Yeah, box collider. Okay, but passing just, it has to be a box collider. Okay. This might throw an error if I've got something else in the game that's using this without box colliders. Let's just try this. So if this is going to work correctly, all those nice green rays that you saw before, they're going to go absolutely bonkers. If it works, let's take a look. Let's make sure Gizmos is on. Great. That worked. Isn't hitting that one though, but I think I know why. I need to update this prefab. So yeah, this one is a tiny collider. So this one overrides apply all. And now this one should have a big collider there. Yeah. Let's try that out. So basically what's happening is we've got a, oh yeah, last thing. Let's go here. Select, it's casting a shadow already, but I do not want that. Do these have the right materials? Yes, I've got to go here and I need to assign the material. A shadow material there. Now there shouldn't be a shadow when we start. Great, okay. All right, now I'm just curious why it isn't hitting there. I've probably got to walk back a lot more, and at some point it should hit that. I'm hoping. Did I make a mistake with my collider? Let's pause it and find out. So what is going on here? This guy. Yep, you. Yes, you. Fade objects. Add all children. No, that's not the right one. I'm looking for the roof. Here we go. This one, okay. Layer wall, tag wall. So there we get the shadowcaster stuff. Why is it not reaching this? I'm very curious right now. Like really, really curious. Let's just walk back and aim some more. could just be a little simple thing that I'm missing here. All right, what am I missing? This should work in theory. I just need to add a check that if it's been revealed that it doesn't do this. So it's quite crazy to look at, but I'll do that in a minute. Why? Fade objects. Yeah, so if I do this, fades in. Okay. Let's get that collider. Editor. Whoops. Yeah, it's literally the same problem. I think my code says that it only includes, let's take a look at target.get component, direction to target. So if we're inside the FOV arc, this should be called now random point instead of target collider. F fade object dot field continue. Hopefully that should stop the green disco continuing the whole time. Yeah, okay, so walk around the corner now. I don't think we're even going to see these green lines because they're just so fast. Okay, actually that's kind of doable. It shoots out like a laser and I'm not going crazy looking at it. Let me just turn the gizmos on here. That is on, okay. Probably just wasn't seeing it. It's just very distracting to look at. Let's take a look again. It's just very brief. I think with the debug.draw array, I can set a duration. Yeah, 0.25f. If it's only happening once, then this should be okay. Ah, there we go. That's a lot nicer to look at, a lot easier to debug. Great. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right, but still that problem there, which makes perfect sense. Wow, this is a tricky problem to solve. And you would think, yeah, you know, Mark, just make it just higher, right? But that's just going to bite me later. Like, if I've got like a ground floor building with a roof, right, and then over there I have like 2 stories, and someone shooting out of it, you know, to the player, they will see this roof, but the collider will be higher, which would suck, basically. The only thing I can think of right now is that for reveal, that's a lot of work, though it would probably work. It's like, so for reveal, you know, we'd have this collider here, and we just say, hey, man, you got 1 unit high, and you're up here, whoa, and you're up here, right? And then somehow, when it gets revealed, change the position of the box collider to match the prefab. Like, that is the only way I can think of this like working nicely. But that is this real edge case for a roof, actually, and I'm just doing this wrong right now. This has to be... This has to be roof. Roof. Yeah, just to make sure they're all correct. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, so... Yeah, but that seems like a valid solution. Just a pain. It just feels very error prone to me. You know, so did I change the height of that one? Where is it now? Let's go to roof again. Here. All right, is it seeing it? Or am I just blind? Why is this not working? Why is computer saying no? Did it work? And I'm just missing it. Why is it not revealing this? It's very unusual. Like, really? What is your problem? It's within the arc. Wow. Okay, am I missing something here? Is it hitting? Wait a minute. That can't be it, right? No. There's that little collider there. Okay, hold it. Let me get this one. Need to debug this for a minute. Boom. Give me those red lines. Okay, and I have to disable the... Where was it? This one. Just get rid of that for now. Come on, Unity. I need to get a red line so it pairs that box. If there's no red line there, I mess something up. I'm just not even seeing any red lines. Of course, because the red lines are being overlapped with the green ones. Right, okay, so this makes sense. Let's just view this. Let's replace in files and call this random position inside of target collider. Okay, replace all. And I just didn't want that one to be changed. That's why I changed this one letter. So then we're going to call this center position. Okay, I want to debug with this red line the center position of the target collider, which right now is overlapping with this green one, if that makes any sense. Okay, let's try that again. So the goal is just to get a red line, red line, sorry, to draw to that collider. If that doesn't work, there's something really obvious I'm missing. Right, I'm really missing something very obvious here. Okay. What is going on? All right, I've really messed something up here. Hold it. Why? Roof fade group holder. Wait, this should be roof. Roof. No. Let's disable this. Let's disable this, just to be sure. All right, so I've got that collider. That done. Okay. This one. This is the one I'm looking at. Cool. Okay, let's try again. Get a red line to go to it. What is the obvious thing that I am missing here? So we are drawing a red line to the center. The green line is a random point inside the box collider. If I go here and I click revealed, it does fade in. Right amount of pieces. What am I missing? Like, why is this collider not appearing? Is it because obstacle? Did I not include roof? I think that's the problem. No, here we go. Ah, bugger. All right, hold it. So here we have field of view, and this has a obstacle mask. Horrible name. I think that could be the problem. So let's press play and let's pause it. Yeah, like, you know, this is all new, the whole wall roof system. So we're going back into some really old stuff here that I've not touched for a long time. I think this is the culprit that I don't have a roof here. There we go. This should probably have this added to the mask. Let's try it out. There we go. Easier than I thought. Just a lot of debugging to hunt that problem down. Okay, let's fix that. Let's go to prefabs. Hello, units. Let me go ahead to FOV. Ah, that's interesting. It shouldn't have changed it now because it was in play mode, but it is there. Am I setting this manually with code? So here I've got wild terrain, obstacles, fade objects, roof. Maybe I'm setting the mask with code. I don't know. I've had it 1 or 2 times with Unity where the settings that disappeared, which is why I now just like try and code this stuff in, because that doesn't disappear thanks to Git. It's gone. Okay. Obstacle mask. Let's find it. Why is that changing? Why? What is going on there? So I'm using which prefab? Soldier unit player 3. Was I picking the wrong one? I think I just picked the AI. Yeah. Cool, just stop. I think that was it. Really? Yeah, I was in the AI class. Roof. Great. I think that was it now. Brilliant. Okay. So if I run over here now, so actually the original shape I had might have been good, right? Let's find out. You run over there, please, and then aim here when you stop. Okay. So with this shape, there is still a chance that, and this makes sense, like if we go down here, right, we're seeing 2 out of 4 sides, 90% of the inside of these bounds are not visible, so it's going to cast the radar and it's going to say, hey, not good. The only thing I can think of is, you know, if you'd do like a kind of min-max, that you'd get a random point inside of the box collider, but you would push it to an edge that would stop these random points being on the inside. But again, that's more code. I don't know if that's like efficient or anything. To be honest, the thing that I thought about, where if it's a roof section, it's like, look, here it was tiny, there it's big. You know, if you would have this kind of collider just high so it gets revealed, because, you know, the soldier to the player, the soldier, you know, he looks and he sees this, right? It's just, we've got a problem here because of raycasting. These things don't actually see like people, you know. So it could just very well be that, you know, we hit this and then we say, hey, calm down. It just feels like a painful solution. It would work. I don't know if that's what I want. So one last check. Because that doesn't solve. All right, so that doesn't solve this problem. This is the thing. So this one here, you know, we're using this to fade in these 3 pieces, right? Okay, so I'm almost done for today's stream. I think what I've got to do is make a new corner piece, right? Where it's literally, you would see this half, and the top part would be 45-degree cut there and there, and then this part would also be like that. So what that would mean is that'd actually be kind of cool. You know, you're revealing all of these walls, and you wouldn't know. The only reason you'd know that was a corner is because you swept past it. You'd have to like literally come around there to see that corner. Could also suck. I don't know. But yeah, the main problem is, like, right now is to make that fade out with the mouse. See, it's already not hitting it instantly there. You know, this doesn't work. We've got to go there. Right? Why are you not working? I think I know why. All right. Got to fix this one before the end of the stream. Let's go to fade object and say, why do we do this again? Ah, right. Horrible name, camera debug rows. Here we go. Just need to make sure it fades out when the mouse hits it. And it was fading out before when the mouse hit it because it had the wall layer and the wall tag. Good times. All right, bam, instantly revealed. Here it won't fade out, but because the collider's there, this now fades out. Okay. That's a wrap for today. It's been another educational part of the journey with getting this working. I'm gonna, by the way, have to add a, where was it again? How do we do this? Bump, jump there. We said if fade object dot revealed. actually, I think we can just do that here. Hey there. Wave, say hi. I'm almost done, you know. Okay, let's just make sure that this works. One more. Yeah, he's stuck on the roof. Let's take a peek. Oh, there we go. Yeah, obviously. Ah, yeah, I'm not doing the check. The fade objects. This has to go. Oh, what am I doing? That's the worst thing ever. You know what? I'm just going to do it like this. Well, I'm not going to try and optimize all this. That can be done another day. Hungry? Yeah, okay. I'll cook in a minute. All right, what did I mess up? Oh, yeah, that's just net mesh calculation. Okay. Save and change the script without restarting. Okay. So works once, great. That actually works out pretty good. What do you think of it? Look cool? Yeah, look at this. All fades when we go in. All right, stonking. Okay, so I'm going to do some more work on the roof system. I will be tackling. So there's two scenarios here that have to be checked, basically. So let's go over here. So this one, I have no idea. Where did I put it? I had like something around here. 1 minute. This one, I think it was. Yeah. Okay. So this is made out of the old modular scenery. This is like a horrible mess. It's disorganized. So I'm going to make this building out of the same pieces with the same fade object. This is going to be like the next battle test, you know. So this is like the simple one. This is going to be the big one. There's other stuff to sort, like, you know, a soldier goes outside, he looks in, and he sees a piece of cover. What do we have to do then? We have to fade out the roof, because, you know, you should see things that your soldier can see. That's something else I forgot to even think about in the stream. And the last thing that I'm gonna try and find, anyway, well, the next thing after that is a building with a ground floor and a first floor, maybe a second floor, just to like get all the testing done in one go. So that's where I got up to today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Even to all the bots out there, you guys make sure I don't feel so lonely. So I hope all of you, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else are going to have a really nice, lovely weekend. I'll be doing more streaming in the coming week. And I'm pushing really hard to get this like test level with these basic things done in a week, basically. So I'm going to wish all of you a very good weekend and see you soon. All right. Ciao, ciao.